Alright, Bigjermsgarage here. I am finishing up this series on getting this motor out of this 2002 Polaris Trailblazer 250. This motor, and I've said this in all the videos, you're probably getting tired of it if you've watched the other ones. This crank makes a roaring noise when it's turning, when you're starting it, or when it's running. So I think the crank seals or the bearings might be bad, and there's a lot of oil and stuff down here, grease, probably coming from the bottom of the motor, maybe. I don't know. When we originally got this four-wheeler, the top end was gone and the crank and everything was kind of stuck. We sprayed with some PB Blaster and hit the starter and the thing broke free and seemed to be fine. So we were kind of taking a gamble with it anyway. But it's making a roaring noise. So I'm going to get that out and actually put a new one in, or a different one in. So previous videos that I've done, I made a video of taking the black cover off the side that covers up the two clutches. Made a video of pulling the clutches out. Just made a video of pulling the starter out. I could have left it in and took the motor out, but I decided to go ahead and take the starter out so that I had a video to show that process. So this one's going to actually be me trying to quickly get the motor out of the actual four-wheeler. Now if you notice, I mean, this thing is these four-wheelers, and I'm sure a lot of four-wheelers, are notorious for trapping dirt. There's all kind of dirt down in there underneath where the motor was, and the actual starter sits right there, right in this area. I mean, I think it's a poor design, but I don't know where else they would put it. So I'm going to go around and get the motor out, undo all the different bolts and stuff, and then once the motor's out, I'm going to actually take this thing outside and power wash it and get it all cleaned up. But let's talk about some things I got to remove in order to get the motor out. Got this tube here, air tube, going to get that disconnected. We've got a negative cable coming in here, bolted to the motor. We've got this oil line, which is not even being used, which goes down to the motor. So just need to unhook it from here. Got two motor mounts. I think they're 14 millimeter. One here, one right next to it. So there's two of them there. Let's see. There we go. There's two. And then got a motor mount underneath here. I'm going to be taking that one out. Got a motor mount up top here. Be taking that one out. Looks like there's a negative. A ground wire over here, ground, and we'll go look at the other side. Oh man, it's hard moving around with this tripod. Let's see. On this side, you can see a better picture of the motor mount right down there at the bottom. And that should be pretty much about it, and the motor should come on out. We'll see as I go along. I'll probably find someone else that needs to be removed. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, kind of talk you through it. Like I said, I've already taken off a lot of stuff. So I'm kind of ahead of the game, so it's not like I'm starting just now. But you're more than welcome to go back and watch the other videos. If you can't find them, let me know and I'll point you in the right direction. But this oil line hose here uses a star point. It's a T25. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out. Just drop it down out of the way. Now this crud, man. Actually, the other videos I've made the last day or so, I've done pretty good not dropping stuff. I'm always dropping stuff in my videos and making a comment about it, but here we go. Alright, so this one's out of the way. Alright, I'm going to put this screw back in here so I don't get mixed up with anything else. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pop off this this air tube right there. It's just going to be a probably just a flathead screwdriver. And actually I'm going to hit it from the other side, so just stay right where you are. The screws on this side. And of course that screwdriver doesn't want to work. Too big. Alright, let's see here. Let's try this one. So it just has a little strap around it, like a carburetor would have, just holding it in place. Still tight. Kind of in a hurry. Supposed to go to a basketball game in a little bit, about an hour away. There we go. Alright, so that's loose. Alright. Let's see. Now I'm going to pull. I'll go ahead. Since I'm in this area, there's a motor mount, and you might be a little bit of trouble seeing it. There's a bolt right down there. I'm going to go ahead and pull that off. It's probably a 14. Now, a lot of things on this four-wheeler are standard sizes, so I use metric most of the time. That's just what I have in the bucket. I've got a tool cart that I usually keep all my common tools in that I use all the time. And actually, this is taking it off the motor, the actual bracket to the frame. I know you can't really see because this thing's in the way. I might have to take it from the other side also, because I might not have enough room to clear it, but I might, so we'll hold off and see. Alright, I'm going to set all my motor mount bolts and nuts and stuff over here in a pile. That way I don't get them mixed up. Alright, I got another one right here. So I'm going to get that one off also. So I'm going to use a 14mm ratchet wrench on this one. And the battery is disconnected because there's no battery in it. Before you do anything messing with wires and stuff or messing with a lot of stuff, you might want to disconnect the battery. Something especially like the starter or electronics. But in a second we're going to start taking grounds off and stuff. So if you do still have your battery hooked up, I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Alright, so we got another 14mm nut from motor mount. And I probably could have popped these two off there. I'll go ahead. It'll probably come off like it is. I'm going to go ahead and take these off also. So I already loosened one up earlier, just testing it out, see what size it was. This is going to take the whole, that'll give me a little bit more room when I'm trying to get this thing out. Actually, I'm going to leave one in. I'm going to leave the other one in until after I get all the other motor mounts, like the top one. That way the thing doesn't drop on me. Alright, so now I've got this this ground right here, and it's going to probably be a 12. Yep, 12 will work. Pull this ground off. This thing's almost out. I'm going to put this bolt back in place, that way I don't get them mixed up. Well, it's a long bolt too. You got all out of focus, there we go. Put that back in so I know where it goes. Alright, so the ground's out of the way, starter. Alright, I got this one above me here. It's a motor mount up top. Right there, it needs to come out. .14mm, same as the other ones. that bolt down here. So I got all the bolts on this side, so I'm gonna have to move the motor to that side to get it out of its way. Now I've got another ground on the other side, right there. So I'm gonna take that out. I don't know if you can see it. All right, let me get the right wrench real quick. It's probably a 10, I'm guessing. I'll hold the camera. Yeah, it's a 10. Or it could be a 9. Oh, come on. Of course, my phone's gonna go off. Hold on just a second. I'm looking for a 9. I'm looking at my phone real quick. Also, I'm gonna take this phone call real quick. Hello. Hello. Hey, what's up? Okay. Yeah. And where are you at? Okay. So what do you want me to do? I mean, I'm at the shop now. Do you want me to meet you here or at your house? You want me to meet? Okay. All right, bye. All right. Sorry about that. Like I said, I'm supposed to be going to a basketball game. I've been trying to get the right. So I had a 10mm. This is actually a 3/8. It fits a lot better. That was my uncle. I'm supposed to be going to a basketball game tonight. He's just now getting off work, and the basketball game's like an hour away, and we want to get there early so we make sure we get a seat. And he's just now leaving work, so he was calling. So he'll probably call back in a minute. If he does, I do apologize. Usually I don't answer the phone, but I'm supposed to be somewhere in a little bit, so I'm trying to get that straight. But I'll keep working either way while he's talking. I'm gonna put this bolt back in here, that way I know where it goes. Alright, so that's out. Alright, so let's recap where we are. Motor mounts unhooked. Motor mounts unhooked. Motor mount is almost unhooked. I got one bolt holding in place. This pump, there's a pump cable. We'll go to the other side, and I'll show you in just a second. There's a pump. I'll keep talking. There's a pump cable. Pump cable here looks like a carburetor. Actually, does go to the throttle cable. This thing goes down to the oil pump for the oil tank, and I'm actually just got to pop the cable out of it. And I'm not going to use the oil tank or anything like that, so I don't even know if this is just in place, but it's not being used or anything. But I need to get it undone. Oh, of course, it's all tangled up. Need a pair of pliers, maybe. All right, so just kind of twist the little piece. I'll show you a little round piece was kind of twisted in there, but I got it now. Alright, so I'll show you what I just had to do. Just like a carburetor, a throttle cable. It's just one of those little round things. It was just all twisted up in there. Alright, so I'm going to move the camera back just a little bit. I'm actually maybe put it on this side this time. I'm going to undo that motor mount back here, that one more bolt, which really, we've already taken the bottom one off this plate, and I've got one off, there's one left, so the whole plate should come loose. But the motor might fall or drop a little bit, maybe, we'll see. But it might not. The tabs from the other motor might still have the place. As you can see, it's really loose in there. There we go. So my plan, today's Wednesday, the plan was to get this motor out and then get everything back in on this weekend. Get this thing cleaned up. Get it rolling again. This is a fun one. This has got the hot seat exhaust. I think I've already said that, if not in this video, another video. But it that exhaust makes a big difference. That aftermarket exhaust. The one I've got with the FMF exhaust, a lot different than stock. All right, so all the motor mounts are out. Everything should be disconnected. I'm gonna kind of wiggle it and try to make sure I get everything. There we go. The motor just dropped, and all right, all the motor mounts are on the hook. And did I forget something? I forgot the cables, the wires. There's a wire harness. Oh, where does it go? That's gonna be a problem. All right, so I gotta get the wire harness. All right, so let's check this out. We got this wire harness coming out, and it goes up front. It's got one little, looks like two connectors. Maybe not, maybe. Oh, come on, I don't think that thing's hardwired into it. Everything was going pretty smooth. Alright, let's see here. I got let's just see the thing spinning around. Make you feel sick. Alright, so I got this wire coming up here. I took that one apart. And I got these wires here. I gotta get this little zip tie off and unplug those wires there. And then it looks like there's a brown wire here running down to a box or a ground, or can't really tell where it goes. But maybe what I'll do is I'll put the camera over here so you can kind of see something. There we go. Well, basically the motor's out. I just need to get these wires disconnected. So I gotta get that zip tie off real quick. And then once that zip tie is off, alright, zip tie's out of the way. Alright, so there's a yellow wire and then there's a yellow with a red stripe. These two match up on the other side. Where does the brown wire go? Alright, so the brown wire goes to the coil. So I'm gonna need maybe an 8mm, I guess. Probably a pair of pliers. 8's not going to work. 8 might work. I might pull it out. I need a pair of long needle nose pliers. Alright, so I'm going to hold the bolt on the other side. Let me do this a second. Looks like it's just this bottle and everything makes it hard to get to. That would have been funny. I almost poked myself in the eyeball. Now let me try this. Let me get a 8mm socket, 8mm wrench. see if I can fit that down on the back side. And that's not the right size. Let me try the 3/8 again. That's probably gonna be it. Alright, so I'm not sure how much you got to see because my battery was dead. So basically I've got the motor pulled loose. What I was doing before I realized my battery was loose is I was disconnecting all these wires. The brown wire was hooked to the coils, and these other wires were plugged into a couple different harnesses. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the motor and set it to the side, and then I'll probably take this thing outside and clean it up. There we go. Alright, thanks for watching Bigjermsgarage. If you missed any of the other videos going along with this kind of little series of taking this four-wheeler apart, feel free to go back and check them out. I probably won't take any more. I'll probably just get it back together quickly so I can get this thing moving. Anyway, thanks for watching Bigjermsgarage and have a great day.